NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
Hello, friends. Let Chuck Signs and Printing be your go-to place for all your printing and sign needs. Yes, at 33 South Jefferson Street, Chuck Signs and Printing can do almost anything. Hats, cars, keychains, whatever you need, they'll put a sign on it, do that printing for you, and it's very convenient. Right next to Pizza Man's Pizza, it's Chuck Signs and
Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown.
Welcome to the Cedars Corner, everybody. I'm Alex Robertson.
And I'm the ghost.
And he's the ghost. Because, why? Where did that nickname come from?
Well,
How are you the
I'm
ghost?
the galloping ghost of Notre Dame that nobody ever sees. Every once in a while you see me on this show.
I never even heard of that. The Galloping Ghost of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Is that like a Fighting Irish tradition thing or something? Or?
I just, the four horsemen, the galloping ghost, it's a football thing.
Oh, okay. Cool. So like Rudy, the movie.
Rudy.
That's right. Well, I think the biggest news right now, and the thing that's on everyone's mind, is the Penguins beating the Flyers to move on to round 2 of the playoffs, and yet again taking on the Washington Capitals. And do you remember in one of our shows, I think it was about a month or two ago, we were talking about how Sidney Crosby's arguably the face of the NHL now, and how Ovechkin was close to there at one point, maybe in the early 2010, and now here it is, Crosby versus Ovechkin again, and I think it's good for the NHL to have.
You know what he said?
What'd he say?
Crosby said, Ovechkin, fetch me one of those Coney Island Augustine's pizzas.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what he whispered into his ear, you know, when they were shaking hands after a loss. But listen, we are going to talk about that, the Coney Island Augustine's pizza. And for those of you who didn't get a chance to tune in to Cook at the Castle, we'll recap that a little bit, probably next segment. But Ange, I gotta say, you know, obviously Philadelphia fans in general get a bad reputation. Wasn't it heartbreaking to see trash thrown onto the ice after that game?
Yeah, but you know what? The Flyers got a little thing from the funeral home that they sent them. This is real.
Right.
A funeral home in Pittsburgh sent the Flyers the coffin and told them they got buried.
You know what? Honestly, it's just a shame that anyone would resort to throwing trash on the ice. Now, obviously, we know there's culture in sports. There's behavior. Some fan bases get a bad reputation. You know, the West Virginia Mountaineer fans, they set couches on fire. You know, Philly fans are known for being rough. What are we doing? What is this? Oh, okay. There we go.
Let's go, Pens!
Man, you threw. Let's go, Pens. You threw me off again. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, you know, there's particular fan bases that have traditions. I just don't see, you know, I mean, I don't think this is like a tradition of the Flyers fans, but it's like, man, they're known for what? Chanting Crosby sucks, obviously. He doesn't. You throw trash onto the ice.
Yeah.
What does that do to make them feel any better? Well, what? They're saying their team is trash. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. But,
kind of tells them football season is over.
You know what it is? The Eagles just won the Super Bowl. They should, they shouldn't be on edge. But listen, hockey fans are so insanely passionate. It's not an excuse for the way they act. But listen, Philadelphia, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. We're going to have to wait, another 30, 40 years before a championship happens.
Right after Cleveland is their turn.
Exactly, yeah. The Cavaliers won a championship a couple of years ago. Now the Eagles finally won their first championship. Now they can wait decades and decades again.
Yeah,
but the last time the Flyers touched the cup was, 1975? It's been a while.
And they haven't been thirsty since.
Exactly.
And the Phillies are in second place, half game behind the Mets.
Man, there's so much more time left in baseball. Let me know when there's about 50 games left. Okay? Obviously, what did I say? The Pirates aren't going to be...
They're a game and a half back. Now, they're settling in behind the Brewers and the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. Okay, half game in front of the Cubs. And the only team that is totally out of the picture by now, the Cincinnati Reds and the Marlins, both 10 and 9.5 respectively, back. Well,
in theory, they could... they're not out of it. I mean, they're pretty far back, but it's, mathematically, no.
He's going back.
Yeah, again, I know a lot of people were getting their hopes up of the Pirates. I'm still not. The Penguins are they're the kings of Pittsburgh right now, without a doubt. They're competing for their third Stanley Cup in a row. They got, Sidney Crosby, the star of the NHL, obviously Malkin. It's just, right now, the Penguins are king of Pittsburgh. Well, no, the Steelers will always be king of Pittsburgh, but in terms of success right now and who's carrying Pittsburgh, it's the Penguins right now. They're doing the best out of all of them. And Steelers haven't won a Super Bowl since 2008. It's been 10 years since Santonio Holmes caught that touchdown pass in the back corner of the end zone from Big Ben.
Yeah, but they play in all the games.
What?
They play in all but 2 games every year.
But the point I'm trying to make is it's been way too long for us. 10 years at Steeler fan time, that's 6 decades, really.
We'll talk about that after we get.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and we'll talk about some Coney Island Augustine's pizza, and right now, we're for sponsors.
Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania features many amenities, lush fairways, and great greens, and many challenging shots. Your crowd will applaud. A short drive from Butler, Sharon, Pittsburgh, Elwood, and Youngstown. It's Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Hey, Angelo Parada here for Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. And if that's not a mouthful, nothing is. But when you need a mouthful of that special brew, it's Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. Nothing tastes better than when you make it yourself. And I do some of that brew myself quite often. I like doing it. It's a great hobby, and it's something you can do. Croakers, Kegs, and Corks located right in Union Township. Give them a try. This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com. Funding provided by Main Street Clothiers and Tailors, Washington Street, Newcastle.
Welcome back to the Cedars Sports Corner, everybody. Did something just come out of the oven, or what? What's going on?
Well, I just thought that, when in Philadelphia now, when they say, hey, this person plays for the Flyers, do you know? They'll go, no, but their face rings a bell.
That's a good one. Yeah, you always have these hilarious jokes that, I'm sure take a lot of time to think of. Yeah, they're great. But anyway, I wanted to inform our viewers.
About the Boston Celtics.
No, I wanted to inform them about the Coney Island Augustine's Pizza. But real quick, what about the Celtics that you want to tell us about?
2-2. Celts playing the Bucks.
What's the Cavs series right now? The Cavs are up, what, 2-1?
Yeah, but that's like...
That's like what?
Who cares?
Who cares? That's our hometown team, technically.
No.
They're the close...
The Sixers?
No, they're farther away.
No, but they're the same state.
Okay, well, look, Newcastle is only, like a 25-minute drive to Boardman, but people say,
Yeah,
that's
build the wall.
Build the wall. It's like saying you're going, that's just because someone's in the same state doesn't mean you're closer to them. Or,
I didn't say they were closer. I said they're
But it's Philadelphia. Their fans just threw trash on the ice. We don't like Philadelphia.
But this is giving them, I don't really like them, but I like Boston better.
I know you do.
So that's my adopted team.
But right now, the Cavs are up 2-1, right? You adopted the Celtics?
I've always been a Celtics fan.
I know you like them. I didn't know you were like a fan. So would you like them if LeBron joins Boston over the summer?
No, that would never happen. They would throw him off the team.
Oh, no, they would
He's
not.
not a team player.
So I'm not having this conversation with you again. We always do this. Listen.
Well.
They wouldn't.
Go somewhere else till we're winning. Okay, maybe I'll stay.
But they wouldn't throw him off the team. They would gladly accept him. He's the best player in the world.
Excuse me?
LeBron James is the best player in the world.
And no.
And who is?
Let me tell you what. Turkey Devonshire plays better on an English table than LeBron James. LeBron James couldn't, he's not an all-time great. He's there now.
All right, okay. Now you're trolling. Now you're being a troll.
Well, I was trying to remember the guy's name from Golden State.
Durant? Curry?
All the three-pointers.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever, okay,
Yeah.
look. You're obvious.
Oh, wait, foul.
There is no way you can't say LeBron James is an all-time great. We would lose credibility of this show if you actually said that. And
Well, wait. Did or did they not have to call all the fouls on the Golden State in order to let Cleveland come back 2 years ago? And did Cleveland not get it shoved in their face last year during the rematch? And
that doesn't have to do if he's all-time great.
Point, it's 3-1 San Antonio. If San Antonio was playing the Spurs, or San Antonio was playing the Cavs, look out.
Well, I mean, you said so much right there that I can't. I'm not even going to bother talking against because you're obviously just stirring the pot. I don't think you mean the stuff you say. But anyway, let's get on to this Coney Island pizza. Okay. So, one of our other shows, Cook at the Castle, you had proposed a question, and it was something along the lines of, what do you eat at a football game or after the game? What are two Newcastle dishes or foods you eat during a game or after it? And Coney Island, Augustine's Pizza, and both are obviously Newcastle to its core. So,
and if you didn't see it, you better watch the show.
Oh yeah. Now I would the original question I think was, what do you eat after it? I eat them during the game, or anything. I mean, I eat it all the time, so I guess I don't have like a particular time. I had Coney Island hot dogs before.
The only time I eat during the game is if I'm watching something on TV. If
Yeah.
I go to a football game,
Mm-hmm.
I eat after the game.
That's right. Okay.
Coney Island is, listen,
Of course.
but typical Newcastle pizza.
It's Augustine's. I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. That's just it's traditional. Same in Coney Island's obviously a typical Newcastle, restaurant.
Now, I don't want to be the one to be the bearer of bad news. Tuesday, January 23rd. It was the Spurs 114, the Cavs 102. Oh, well, you know what? As we stroll through this, Sunday, February 25th. Spurs 110, Cavs 94. This is just, oh man, it makes my mouth water.
Why are you
for one of those Coney Island Augustine's pizzas?
Yes,
because these are like chalked up on easy games.
Yes, because our cook at the castle over here, Mr. Angelo Parada, came up with the recipe to create a Coney Island pizza. So you combine two typical Newcastle. Why do I keep saying Newcastle? Newcastle foods, entrees, whatever you call them, Coney Island hot dogs and Augustine's pizza. And you come up with the most Newcastle food you can think of, an Augustine's pizza. That's with Coney Island chili on it, and the cheese. It sounds awesome.
You gotta watch the show.
You have to watch the show because honestly, me describing it isn't doing it justice. But all you gotta know, an Augustine's Coney Island pizza. I mean, it's as good as it sounds. And man, I've just been on such a Coney Island and Augustine kick lately. I haven't eaten the pizza yet, but soon.
Now, what do you think of that?
What?
If the Spurs were in the East, Cleveland would not be beast.
Well, the East has been known to been. The East is usually weaker than the West, at least for the last since 2010, LeBron's been owning the East. And that's why a lot of people don't see LeBron going to a Western team, because he would have to go in the playoffs against Western.
He just said he was weak and pukey and no good.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I'm saying, no, listen to me, Angelo. I'm saying
in a weak league he couldn't play out West.
That's not what I said. I said LeBron has been owning the East since 2010, and that's why a lot of people don't think he'll go to a Western team, because just to get to the finals now, he has to go through the tough Western Conference playoffs.
You get a star for agreeing with me.
Okay. You're so one of those people where it's either what you think or you believe there's nothing. That's
okay.
it.
Now, who do you think's gonna win? 3-1, Golden State. Did San Antonio make it 3-2?
I mean, I don't think San Antonio. Excuse me.
I don't want to put.
Do you know why I yawn there? Because San Antonio is such a boring team. Every time I think of the Spurs, I yawn. They are such a boring team. That Tim Duncan is obviously an all-time great NBA player, but he's a boring player. But he was great. When you think of the Spurs, you think of boring. You just want to yawn. But now, if the Cavs were playing the Warriors, they could have a chance to go up and beat them, even though being down 3-1, like they did in 2016, right, Angela? I know the foul, the refs gave it to them. I know all that. But listen to me, all right?
I'm listening.
I don't think LeBron and the Cavs are going to win the finals this year. I do think he's going to leave again, because he does, like you said, he does jump ship. And I won't go that far. But I just think he wants, kind of a new challenge. Like, the relationship with him and Dan Gilbert still isn't that great. Let's finish this up in 30 seconds, because I'm going to keep talking and going on. And I think we're due for a break, right? All right, well, let's take a break and a word from our sponsors.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450. Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
Yeah, because I put myself to sleep thinking and talking about the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I love that I don't love the organization. I respect that organization, and they're obviously...
Oh, wait. Sunday, Bolton, Sunday, September 11th, or February 11th. Boston Celtics, 121, Cavs, 99.
Why are you bringing... Oh, my gosh. Why are you bringing up old games between the Celtics and Cavs? That was in the past. You act like LeBron has never beaten the Celtics before.
Yeah, while they were out.
Well, they were
having
out.
Pizza.
Coney Island, where they're out having Coney Island pizza. That's the only thing that can make LeBron win, is if other people eat Coney Island and Augustine's pizza.
Well,
it is good pizza. But listen, as I was saying before we went to break, okay? LeBron, I think he wants a new challenge. He still doesn't have the greatest relationship with Dan Gilbert. I don't think he thinks he's going to win with these Cavaliers, win a championship with these Cavaliers anytime soon. I think he is going to go west. I see him joining the Lakers. I do. He's good friends with... How is that funny? He's great friends with... He loves Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson runs the show there. He's going to be Hollywood now. And if he wins a title with the Lakers, that's something Jordan didn't do. Be the primary leader of a team and have a championship with 3 different teams. So it's good. It'd be in his own way something he could achieve that Jordan didn't. And... Wow, man, the Spurs just keep putting me to sleep. And I understand that a lot of people think, why would he ever go to the West? He's not going to win. He's not going to be able to make it through even get to the finals if he's in the West. Well, the thing is, if he wanted to win an NBA championship, he'd still have to beat a Western team anyway. I understand it'd be harder per se, but it's not like, the West would be out of the picture anyway. I see him joining the Lakers, and I think a lot of people would follow LeBron down there. And would I root for him? Would I root for the Lakers? I think I would. Because someone has to defend LeBron
somebody
James.
has to root for the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers
here's the
are...
question. Do the Cleveland Browns get Mayfield?
Listen, how many... I cannot imagine how many players are afraid of being drafted by the Browns. Like, I'm not even doing that as a diss to Cleveland, only because it's... Like, you go to Cleveland, it's almost like it's like almost getting a jail sentence, or a prison sentence. You're going to be in a losing organization, dysfunctional organization. With that being said, though, they did make some pretty interesting moves. They signed quarterback Tyrod Taylor from the Bills. Jarvis, wow. Even the Browns are putting me to sleep. Jarvis Landry from the Dolphins, a receiver. Obviously, that's not going to be enough to do anything. But if the Browns are smart, you know who they get? Saquon Barkley.
Who is that?
Oh, stop it. You're so anti-Penn State. It's ridiculous. You know Saquon Barkley, running back from Penn State.
Anything?
What are you talking about? What? Yeah.
Was that minor league football?
Okay. Listen, I love you, man, but you are so biased and have such an extreme homer position with any of your teams or ideologies. Like, I can't help but just... It's like I don't believe you. I kind of don't believe you, in a way. Like, I know you have to be faking all this. Like, I know you are.
Now, okay. Let's take a look.
Oh, jeez. What is there to look at?
Here's what you got. You You got the Cleveland Clowns, their first game, CBS television, 1 o'clock, taking on the ready for primetime Steelers.
Ready for primetime Steelers.
Yeah. Now, after they figure out they don't have a prayer, they go to New Orleans. You know why?
Why?
Because they want to see the Saints. Because they figured out they didn't have a prayer.
They want to see the...
I'm just saying.
Your one-liners are so corny. I can't... They're great, though. But listen.
You know? I'm just saying.
The Browns need... The Browns organization needs such a revamp, and it starts with culture. And the culture is created by...
I recommend they hire me.
Angela. Okay, see how that made me yawn? You see how that made me yawn? Because I know this is what you would do. This is if you were running the Browns as a manager or whatever, you'd probably start every Notre Dame player. They'd be starting. You would make sure no one wears the number 23 because you hate LeBron James. You would. This I'd agree with. You'd serve Coney Island Augustine's pizza, but you'd serve it during the game, like when they're eating, like to come back to the bench. Here, have some water and a pizza. You know, I'm okay with that though. And I think that what I'm driving at here is the only thing that could save the Browns is Augustine's Coney Island pizza. That's the only thing.
Listen, if you're listening in Cleveland, you better hire me, fire that other yin yang, don't even know who he is, and we'll get back on a winning track. Considering you were 0-16, there's no way but up. But I don't think you're beating the Steelers.
Well,
I don't know if you're beating the Saints. Then you play the Jets and the Raiders and the Ravens and the Chargers. Maybe against the Buccaneers. Happy Halloween, 10/21.
Oh boy,
Then you gotta go back and play the Steelers again.
I could see the Browns going 0-15-1, like they tie one of their games. So technically, yeah, better than 0-16, but just by a smidge. But with all honesty, though, the Browns, you can't not draft Saquon Barkley. I think he's the best player in the draft. It's like, I almost feel like not even the Browns could screw this up, although, you know, that's... No, honestly, no. If anyone could screw it up, I take that back. It is the Browns. They'd figure it out. Yeah, as far as the Steelers go, though, do you have a certain preference of what position they draft? Into the first round.
Never, and this isn't a cop-out, this is just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I would never second-guess the Steelers because they always draft well.
You know, they do draft well. They always draft pretty well. I mean, I think they had like one bad year in the last 20 years, and that was 2008. That their draft class didn't really hang around that long, but other than that, they draft really well. You have one bad year out of the better part of 2 decades. They're just known to draft well. They do it smart. You know, obviously, a lot of people are even clamoring now for a running back. I think Bell won't be around. Some people want someone to replace Ryan Shazier. I just think you have to wait and see who's available at that point in the draft. Because, like, especially I would say, like, the last 5 years, especially with these mock drafts and predictions, they just get so off. And you never know who's going to be available. So, I would just go with the best value pick available. So,
no.
I guess, we'll see. Now, could the Steelers draft a quarterback? Not necessarily in the first round, but some people are suggesting maybe even the second or third round, they start maybe preparing for Ben's replacement. Again,
I think you have to.
We don't have to necessarily do it this year. It depends. Again, it depends who's available. I don't think the quarterback class for this year is going to be that deep in, the second or third round, if I'm correct.
Now, if you were BYU...
Oh, jeez. I know. Just go ahead.
I'm just looking at this. There's 4 major football independents. UMass, Army, Notre Dame, and BYU. Notre Dame's number 11th in the nation. If you were BYU, what conference would you go to?
The Pac.
Keep in mind the Mountain West.
The Pac-12.
You would go into the Pac.
If I'm BYU, I mean, just geographically. Geographically, would that be an okay fit? I mean, that'd be pretty
It's
good.
either there or the Big 12.
You know, the Pac-12, Big 12, whatever. Yeah, one of those conferences. I'd still go with the Pac, honestly.
So you think you'd fare better against the Beavers, Bears, Ducks, Cougars, Huskies, and Cardinal?
Well, I just think more from a geographic standpoint. I feel like conferences should be more about geographical alignment fit than anything. It's like almost is Pitt. Sometimes I feel like Pitt's not even an ACC school, you know, and it's like with West Virginia, are they like I sometimes feel like they're not even a Big 12 school.
Well, Pitt in the ACC, their closest would be the Hokies.
The Hokies.
I call them the Hokies.
Virginia Tech Hokies.
That's for my man Joey Latino.
Oh boy.
Okay, I told him he was a Hokie in another language.
Oh my God.
Little funny on the letter.
I don't think Pitt is so geographically off, you know, in the ACC. I mean, it's okay, you know, it's not like so off, but
They would be better in the East.
if there was a Big East.
No, the
For
eastern
football.
side of the ACC, because they're closer to Syracuse, Boston College.
Yeah, they're in the coastal. For football, yeah. They should win the coastal. Listen, Pat Narduzzi and Pitt, they have to win the coastal here within.
Against Miami.
Miami's not going to be good forever. They have Narduzzi signed to what, 2022? I mean, although I know coaching contracts don't mean squat, but
Last year, on December 15th, little did you know that Pitt played the Miami Hurricanes in a football game.
and they beat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not only that, after Miami got on the plane, that prolific Pitt offense scored 5 touchdowns before they landed in Miami. I'm just saying. You know, you got to go down to Miami and play down there this year.
Angelo, they beat the number 2 team in the country. They knocked them out of championship contention. That's a big win.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is I don't see them winning this year.
They won in Miami a few years ago. They beat Miami at Miami a few years ago. Listen. The bottom line is Pitt football is going to be very good, and they're going to beat Notre Dame the next time they play them.
Whoa, you heard
it first. Okay, I don't even know when they're playing next year. No, I think they're off for a couple years, right?
No, they're playing next year.
Oh, that's Penn State. After this year, Penn State take a break.
Pitt plays Penn State and Notre Dame in the same year.
That's it. Are they both at home?
Oh, no.
Penn State's at Heinz Field. Notre Dame's at
South Bend.
South Bend. They've beaten Notre Dame at South Bend before.
Oh my God.
Bottom line is
know
you
what?
can't escape
Columbus
the Panthers.
Discovered America before. It was a long time ago.
Listen, and I don't know. Maybe this heat is just getting to me right now. Yeah, I feel like I get grilled under these lights, and I have to answer to you and your questions.
Hey, we gotta take it.
Well, I think we're actually done for this today. I think this is one of our longer than usual shows. But listen, thanks everyone for viewing, and tune in next time. Angelo, do I dare ask you, is there anything else you want to add?
Say good night, Alex. Good night, Alex. That was a Gracie Allen and George Burns.
I don't know what that is.
That was a comedy.
That's too old for me. I don't know. You have a great evening too, and all you viewers have a great evening. We'll see you next week.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.